All right, what's happening? Stafford here with Adventure Kiteboarding, adventurekiteboarding.com. You can reach us at 414-367-WAVE or info@adventurekiteboarding.com. And what we have here is the Duotone Cruise efoil. So we're just unboxing this. First time we've received it. I demoed this once on the water. Was sold right off the bat by the ride of it. And really the key thing is the thumb control, the handlebar thumb control. So it's a dynamite little wrist system. All right, first thing I'm seeing is some well-packed hydrofoil batteries, 7 amp hours each, and some nice foam, definitely packed well. Those batteries are small enough to travel on the airplane. That's key. So airplanes have restrictions on how big of lithium batteries you can take, and this one meets the criteria of the airlines so that you can travel with this. And it packs down small enough that it's also a reasonable proposition. All right, next we got a charger. So there is our AC-DC converter. Different outlet styles, so they sell 1 unit for international, so you can use this in Europe, South America, Asia, Africa, everywhere, North America as well, with a really nice charger. So doesn't look like something that came out of Frankenstein's lab or was made sort of cheesy or half done. Really high quality looking, durable, well thought and designed and engineered and built piece of equipment. So you can have confidence that it's not going to burn down your house with thermal runaway on your lithium batteries when you charge it. So that's good news. Quality stuff. All right. Delving further, here is the key piece. So this is what really separates this from the other systems. And this is the wrist controller. So instead of having a large throttle, this guy goes on your wrist. And this piece does not float by itself, so definitely don't want to lose it. I'll probably put a floaty on the strap somewhere, a yellow floaty, just so I can be confident that I'm not going to run into any situations. But once you connect this, this is a thumb activated power up and power down. And it's not infinitely variable. It's in stages, so you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 power levels, and you have to hold it down to keep the motor spinning. So you let go, the motor stops. So obviously if you fell off the board, that's what you do. You let go, boom, you're in the water, motor stops running. Now you want to go up to level 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you want to back off. Now that you're on plane, go to 3, you press the minus button, now you're holding on 3. Now because this is so small like this, you can also probably, I haven't done it yet myself, but you could probably hold a wing, you could probably hold a pair wing. Certainly you can do stuff with one hand here and have some grip with your second hand. It's not going to be a great grip, you're not going to be able to do the full thing, but if it's a small enough bar you can wrap around, you will be able to hold the power on your efoil and be able to hold your wing or your pair wings, just so you can get up on plane, then you can let go and use the power of the device or whatever you're using for power on the wind. With the big sort of pistol grip things that other brands have, that's a lot harder to do. You've got this big giant pistol grip thing and you can't really grab a boom or unpack your pair wing and then have 2 hands on it because it's just too much. It's just too much, too easy to get tangled with stuff as well. So this will be a much simpler system. Obviously, I'm just taking it out of the box here and putting everything together super quick. So I'm not showing you how this really all attaches and stuff. Look at this. There's 2 of them in the box. You got a spare. Look at that. So pretty smart. So this is your charger for your wrist device. And then the charging cord would go away. And you keep that on land. And then you'll plug in here your waterproof connector. So that's all you would have. Obviously take off your Duotone tag too, but that's all you'd have is this wrist strap, and this guy plugged in there, and then level control. So that's really what sets this one apart, other than, Duotone quality, Duotone build, Duotone reputation. So really, that's really key right there. That's a big difference from all the other systems. the one thing you do have to be aware of when you're getting this system is you have to pick your harness size. It comes in 2 sizes. So small, medium, and large, extra large. And again, there's enough rubber and flotation and foam in here that if I threw this in the water with the batteries in it, it would just sit there and float right about at the water level. It's neutrally buoyant. But again, because of this, the sizing, you have to sort of decide what you're going to do, small, medium, or large, extra large. You can buy this foam harness part separately and get 2 of them, even for 1 battery pack, because it bolts in and out, so you could switch. So your kids and smaller kids can take it out with a harness that fits. Then the larger adults can take it out with the large, extra large harness as well. And you don't have to buy a whole setup. It's literally just this foam strap harness system. That's all you'd have to buy, and you just move the battery pack over. Now notice one thing here that is important to be aware of is when you're pairing your wrist controller to the efoil, what you're really pairing it to is the battery pack. Not the batteries themselves, not to the board, to the battery pack. And the battery pack is connected completely to the board with a leash system. So you don't have to get a remote antenna, you don't have to worry about boards that are mostly carbon and they don't connect or the signal is interfered with. Not the case here with this system, because all you're doing is from the wrist system to the battery pack. That's the only wireless thing going on. And then this guy, out of this port here, goes down to the motor on your board. So that's also keeps you leashed to the board as well. I wiped out a bunch of times, not on purpose. I would like to pretend it was on purpose, but to see, and the board never came back and tried to brain me or anything like that. Still always a good idea to wear a helmet when you're hydrofoiling, but the leash system was not like a deadly torpedo trying to kill me. So, all right, and then finally, get down to the mast and the integrated system here. Now, what I like about this one is this is the cruise setup, so the motor is mounted lower on the mast, closer to your wings and your fuselage, and it's really sleek, so you don't have to worry about drag as almost a non-issue. So for example, we also sell mantifoils, and they have their batteries that mount right up underneath the board, and then there's kind of a lot of stuff going on with mounting that pod to your mast. You've got a power cable that goes on, and you have to make sure you sort of snug that in with this little plastic piece to make sure you minimize drag. And when you touch down, you notice it. You notice the drag. With this one, it's a really sleek design here on the mast, and it doesn't drag. Now, better riders than me have told me that as well, so I'm going for what they say. Again, packaged really nice, not just thrown in a box with a mile of styrofoam. The mast and motor pod come in a padded case as well. Obviously, it's not good enough to throw on an airline, but Duotone does make a separate bag for travel. Comes with the motor shroud and the 2-blade poly plastic propeller. You can upgrade to a 2-blade metal or a 3-blade metal. This is your leash and your power cable. So a bungee and then a cable. And obviously you can attach to your board as well, so that all the tension isn't strictly on the cable. So you attach this to your board, and that snugs in with your triple Velcro. So this will go around your board, make sure that your board is really taking the tension should you fall off, and not your body. This is interesting. It's a magnetic closure bag, so it's not Velcro down there. The top is Velcro, but down here these are magnetic closures. And there's your pod, integrated aluminum mast. Obviously there's a D-Lab version where you'd have a carbon mast, but this is the Cruise 80, and this will be where our motor pod goes. But because, again, this is integrated nice and neatly, this motor pod does not extend out in front of the mast. we're talking about a low drag combination here. So I really like that, and I will be on the water testing it and let you know what I think and how the drag goes, trying to ride waves with it as well. All right, so we'll have a carry case for once we get everything unpacked, if we want to take it with us. And here's our motor pod with our 2-blade composite prop. Again, you can upgrade this to a 2-blade metal or a 3-blade metal. They're kind of expensive, being honest, being forthcoming here. Not the cheapest upgrades. And again, more spare parts, which are 2 props. So you damage a prop, which hopefully you don't do, you've got the bolts and the props available as well. So that's the Duotone setup. I'm going to put this together. The nice thing about not having the batteries mounted to the bottom deck of your board is how quickly you can assemble and disassemble this and put this on any of your boards. Again, because the transmitter is connected to your battery pack on your back, you don't have to, repair anything when you switch from one board to another, and it's your standard 4-bolt connection to the bottom of your board. So it's easy to pack this up and take it away and pack it down. The Manta system that, again, we also sell, the Manta will have a bigger battery, longer runtime, but it's a real, it's really takes some time and precision to get it mounted to your board, and then you really don't want to take it off and move it around again. It's just the more difficult to attach, and I find that even in our truck, we just keep that thing attached and we just sort of strap it down in the back of the van and move it around that way. We don't disassemble it because it's just too much work. This one would be a lot easier to assemble and disassemble, to move from place to place and to switch boards easily. So any questions, give us a call, 414-367-WAVE, or info@adventurekiteboarding.com. Thank you.